children to do. This year the Queen quite coming to Hunter live from the Angel Oak. One more again this year. Yeah. This year we close out event for the Gullah Geechee Seattle Coalition anniversary. It's 17 years old, and what a way for end this year. Yeah. With the other partner and thing what we work with, but get this year Angel Oak tree for be now preserved. So in the coming year and thing like that, 100 children can come down here and not just come into this year place so we did now, but 100 gonna have whole 17 more acres for journey, and then 100 gonna have chance for learn more about who we be. And 100 children know if 100 deal with me, Queen Quet, head for this year Gullah Geechee party, then 100 children know, 100 going know that this year the work going on. Peace, blessing, and may angel fly wherever 100 children today at.
Months ago, the Land Trust was given the opportunity to buy 17 acres of land on the other side of this city 9-acre park, and the challenge to raise $3.6 million in 8.5 months to buy what we call the Angel Oak Preserve land. Thanks to the Charleston County Greenbelt Bank, which granted $2.4 million toward that purchase price. Thanks to the City of Charleston, who gave a $250,000 lead gift to get our campaign going. And thanks to many, many others who contributed the extra $1 million so that we have now raised $300,000 more than we actually needed to purchase that 17-acre tract. Much has been said about this beautiful tree, this iconic tree, this magnificent setting, and it is obviously important from a cultural, from a heritage, from an ecosystem, from a public, just so all sorts of different reasons that it's important that the tree and the area around it be preserved and protected for all of us to enjoy for generations and generations to come. When I was thinking about what I could say about the tree that hadn't been said by somebody before, the answer was not much, except for a lady named Joyce Kilmer in 1914 wrote a poem about trees that I think applies to this. I'm not going to read the whole poem, but here's what she said. I think that I shall never see a poem lovely as a tree that looks at God all day and lifts her leafy arms to pray. A tree that may in summer wear a nest of robins in her hair. Poems are made by fools like me, but only God can make a tree. So I thought that was very appropriate. As of 10 o'clock this morning, at a closing held at a downtown law office, the Lowcountry Open Land Trust now owns, in fee simple absolute, 17 acres next to this beautiful Angel Oak. And there are literally 10,000 people to thank for that, because that's how many people throughout the world gave us money to help us get together the $3.6 million we needed. But before I introduce the speakers, I think we need to give special thanks to the following. To the County of Charleston, who, without that Greenbelt Bank contribution, we would have never gotten started very well. To the City of Charleston, who the day after we announced the campaign gave us a $250,000 lead gift from their operating funds. They don't have Greenbelt funds. To the South Carolina Conservation Bank, that is granting the Lowcountry Open Land Trust over a period of time $890,000 toward the purchase price. To the Historic Charleston Foundation, the town of Seabrook, Jimmy Bailey and the Kiowa Island Community Association, Piggly Wiggly, 16,000 people put money in jars at Piggly Wiggly checkout stands, and Piggly Wiggly sent us a check for a little over $8,000. Boeing has contributed money, Blackboard has contributed money. It wouldn't have been possible without Samantha Siegel and Lorna Hatla, I think both of them are here, who originally started the Save the Angel Oak. as we're smiling here today. They started it up, and we can't tell you how much we appreciate it. Finally, and sort of especially, the media and the newspaper has really gotten behind this project because it's a project of tremendous, just tremendous public interest. So we've got a little bit more that we've got to do before we finish everything up, but we are very, very pleased to be where we are today. The first speaker, who I'd like to introduce, who really needs no introduction, is the mayor of the city of Charleston, the Honorable Joseph P. Riley, Jr.
Well, thank you very much, Rutledge, and I want to thank everyone for making today possible. Rutledge, President of the Low Country Open Land Trust, Elizabeth Haygood, Executive Director, members of the Board of the Land Trust, Charleston County Council, Chairman Pryor, Vice Chairman Summey, Councilmember Anna Johnson, whose district this represents, and all members of Charleston County Council, the Greenbelt Bank Board, for their wonderful service on this initiative and others. My colleagues on City Council, the City of Charleston unanimously voted to appropriate the $250,000. The State Conservation Bank, the corporations that Rutledge has mentioned, and the citizens of this community, the citizens who contributed 50 cents, $1, their hard-earned money at the Piggly Wiggly, who sent in their checks generously and sacrificiously and voluntarily for what we celebrate today. And what we celebrate today is a forever gift. Forever. When these precious children's great-great-grandchildren are living, this gift is for them. And all beyond them and all between them. It's the public realm. This place, every citizen owns. You don't need a ticket. You don't have to join anything. You don't have to pay anything. It belongs to you, a natural, inherited part of your citizenship. And what is it? Well, this majestic tree, however many years old, 1,000 or more, is so especially depictive of this country, part of the country in which we live, the low country, the sprawling live oak trees, the thick vegetation nearby. It is a photograph that presents what this community's physical heritage is all about better than anything that we could possibly say. Years ago, this was privately owned, and the owner, God bless him, Mrs. America, bought it and put a fence around it. And it was like a theme park or something at a fair you paid to come in to look at this, special thing. So the city worked to buy it. Controversy ensued, but we eventually got it, took the fence down, opened it up, took the opaque fence down. We obviously needed to make sure this was secure, and Parks Department, wonderful, dedicated people, worked lovingly to care for the tree and nurse it through Hurricane Hugo and all of that. And then when they had the chance, I guess a couple of years ago, to get the surrounding about 7 acres, that was important because to be here, you need to be in the woods. To see the angel oak surrounded by other stuff, it's different. The feeling, the experience is because you're in the woods. This 1,000-year-old tree is in the woods. You're part of it. And that's why today is so important. with the generous help of all those that I've mentioned and so many more, over 10,000 people contributed and are still contributing, this tree with the solace surrounding of this wonderful vegetated space is a forever gift to the citizens of our community. And as we work through in the years to come, the recognition of the importance of the conservation ethic, that we work hard in a robust, growing, developing region to protect our natural environment and to conserve it so that their great-grandchildren will live in a place that is not the same as other parts of the country. They will live in a place that is distinctive. It has its physical heritage that is a natural birthright of all who live here. My congratulations and thanks to everybody that made today possible. Thank you very much.
Before I introduce the next speaker, I see Kitty Robinson with Historic Charleston Foundation, and if they weren't the second or third person to give, they were the fourth. We went, Elizabeth and I went and talked to them, and Historic Charleston, out of their endowment, wrote a $50,000 check toward the purchase. So we thank you all very much for doing that, Kitty. The next speaker needs a little bit more introduction than the mayor because he comes from Columbia, not Charleston, but we have Marvin Davant with us. He is the executive director of the South Carolina Conservation Bank. So I ask you please to welcome Marvin Davant.
Thank you, Ratledge. I know most of the people in Charleston don't know that there's much left on the other side of the Ashland River, but Columbia is still up there. Anyway, thank you very much, Ratledge. Wow, what a great day and what a wonderful place. Much has been said about the angel oak, and we all know that the angel oak in its majestic beauty is not just a pretty tree. It stands for our culture and our time-honored traditions, and as a silent sentinel of the freedom of all South Carolinians. It's called an angel oak for many different reasons. It symbolizes the spirit of our people of being stalwart in the face of great odds, but as a bastion of peace and reconciliation between people that have been here for generations. The chance to gather here today and share perspectives on different lives has served us well for centuries. And today we're honored to carry on that tradition and that heritage. The angel oak is recognized worldwide. By the action you have taken here today, we'll let the world know that the people of South Carolina and of Charleston are also known worldwide because they care so much about this place and what it represents to them. Low Country Land Trust has worked very hard, worked with them day after day and meeting after meeting, and they've done a terrific job in making this event reality, along with the City of Charleston and the County of Charleston, Seabrook, Kiowa, and many, many other partners. But what I see here today, none of these partners up here are more important than the thousands of supporters like Samantha and Laura that have given their time and resources to preserve this great place. You have spoken loudly. It is important to your quality of life, and you've been heard. The angel oak is like no other, and today it will be protected and preserved as it should be for all time. Today we show our gratitude to the past generations that have loved this place and know with joy that we will continue to be here for the wonderful children that are here today and for generations to come. And we celebrate the memories of the past and welcome the many, many new memories that will be created in the future in this wonderful place. Conservation Bank is honored and pleased that we could be a partner in preserving this historic place and appreciate what you have all done here today and that you would allow us to be part of it. It is your agency. We're pleased and proud that we can come to Charleston and help make this a reality. It is truly a great day. Thank you.
On the way down here, I got a phone call from two people who were supposed to speak, one or the other from the county. Unfortunately, County Council Chairman Teddy Pryor had another commitment that he didn't expect to last as long as it did, so he's not here. And his backup Vice Chairman Elliott Summey also couldn't make it. So in their stead, we've got Louise Maybank, who's been very active with the county Greenbelt Bank, to speak.
First of all, I'm going to read a statement from the County of Charleston, and then I'm going to say a few words as the chairman of the county's Greenbelt Advisory Committee. This is, I'm reading, and I hope I can do it correctly. On behalf of Charleston County Council and the Charleston County Greenbelt Program, I thank you for the opportunity to join in the celebration of the purchase of Angel Oak Preserve. In July 2013, Charleston County Council was proud to take the lead in preserving this low-country landmark by approving $2.4 million to go towards the purchase of 17 acres adjacent to the site. We congratulate the Low Country Open Land Trust on achieving their goal to raise the additional $1.2 million needed to purchase the land. We thank the other jurisdictions that made contributions to this worthy project. And last but not least, thank you to the hundreds of private donors who made today's event possible. Charleston County looks forward to working with the community to provide a more functional, multi-use park experience for visitors in the future. Congratulations, Low Country Open Land Trust, and thank you for your diligent work to protect the natural history of the Low Country, which represents Angel Oak trees so gracefully, which the Angel Oak tree so gracefully represents. That is the comment from the County of Charleston. And as the chairman of the Greenbelt Advisory Board and have been involved with the whole program for years, I would like to say that this particular project represents the three, I call them legs of the stool of the Greenbelt program. We have the urban, we have the rural, and the rural has two means of protecting properties, the fee simple and the conservation easement. And what we have here today, what has been assembled today, is really a result of all three. We have the urban that came first with the 7 acres. Then we had the fee simple that we are celebrating today. And in the mix of all of this is the enormous generosity of the private landholders behind me, the Hill family and the Gowan families that have protected their properties through the conservation easement program. And that is hundreds of acres between us and the creek that enables this tree to have a very healthy landscape as the waters go on to the creek. And that is land, that amount of land, and would never have been able to have been accomplished without the generous contribution of the families through their private donation of the conservation easement. So today, Angel Oak is symbolizing everything that this county has stood for years. It symbolizes the beautiful heritage of the land. It symbolizes all the various members of the community that have come together to make something that is special, and it's natural just by being here, special for everyone in years and years to come. So thank you all very much for all that you have done.
Thank you very much. Now I'm going to ask Elizabeth Haygood, who is the Executive Director of the Low Country Open Land Trust, to stand up so she can accept a special donation, and I'm going to turn the program over to her. Elizabeth?
Okay, I'm Elizabeth Haygood, the Executive Director of the Low Country Open Land Trust, and today we have a very special gift and special folks here today to make a gift that's very important to the Angel Oak. And so with that, I am going to introduce Travis Benatendo, who is the principal of Hot Gap Middle School.
Thank you, everyone. It is a privilege to be amongst you today to take part in something that is as special as our angel oak. And many people have spoken to you today about the importance of this tree and what it means to not only the city of Charleston and the state of South Carolina, but it's very important to Johns Island. Johns Island is a special place with a special community. And just like the angel oak, this community's roots grow deep and its arms are stretched outward. So my message today is for our kids. This is for you, and preserving not just your future, but those generations to come. And I want you to know that the power of change is there for you to take hold of. When you feel like something is important and it matters, when you come together in a collective way, anything is possible. So this transcends just what's occurring here today with this special tree, but how you can change your lives and make things better. It's up to you. So all the adults that are present today are here, but they're modeling what you can do. And I know as middle schoolers and high schoolers, this may not be a top priority, but someday it definitely will. And when that time comes, I want you to think back about today and think about your community and think of all the people that made things possible, because you're going to be that person someday. And we, as your elders, will be counting on you to continue all this hard work and do a better job than we have. So with that, I just want to thank everybody who has contributed to such a special event, and we look forward to meeting you here at this spot in the future. Thank you.
I so appreciate those words, Travis. I think this is so significant because the gift that Hot Gap Middle School is given today is a gift that is not just of money, it's of heart and soul, and it's about our future, as Travis has said. These children have raised funds by selling the vegetables from their raised gardens that they built themselves with the help of Kit Fox, who I've seen around here somewhere, and many others. But that is tremendous, and so I want to have them come up right now. You guys, thank you so much. This is a tremendous gift. This, as I said, this is not about money, although thank God we got enough to buy the tree, the area around the tree, but it is about the care of these students, and it is about the next generation. This is a gift more than from the students of Hot Gap Middle School. It's a gift from the next generation.
Can we have all the students walk up?
Yes, where are all the students? I want all of them up here.
Walter and Jane?
Yeah, all students. Because we have students not just from Hot Gap Middle School. We have students here from all the schools, from area schools. We have Angel Oak Elementary, St. John's High School, Charleston J. Thank you all so much for being here. You all are the reason that we are protecting this preserve. So we have the students who have helped, and we also have, you're going to hear from later, the handbell ringers, the bell ringers, who are going to play for us when we sign the proclamation this afternoon. So this is a tremendous gift. What I want to tell you all today is that you have made this possible and you've helped contributed to this. You are a part of all of this. And today we are giving the Angel Oak Preserve back to you. I'm reminded of the motto of my high school, which is what we keep we lose and only what we give remains our own. And you all have modeled that today. I think that the motto of the Angel Oak could be, only what we give remains our own, because we have our identity, our sense of place, our sense of history and culture, and the beauty of this Sea Island is represented in what this tree and this area gives to all of us. So guys, you are a part of it, and I thank you very, very much. Before we sign the proclamation, I just want to say a few words that kind of tie everything together. I think you've heard from everyone many different perspectives on why this is important. I think something that is most significant that we need to be aware of is just how amazing it is on the number of folks and the variety and inclusiveness of this project. We have people all over who have given to this preserve. This is not just a local effort. It's not just a state effort. It's not just a national effort. We've had contributions come from around the world. That's significant. And this is a real community partnership. The community aspect of this is so important and very rare in an effort like this. We've got all levels of government who participated here. We've got all these students in schools. We've had churches, civic groups, garden clubs. We've had incredible corporate and business support. I see our Blackbaud and Boeing here who issued the challenge. Dozens of our local businesses who've put out the jars. I could go on, and you can actually walk down that aisle and see the list of all the names of people who've given, all 10,000 of them. It's incredible. So I just really want to highlight the community aspect of this. This is community conservation. And about 2 years ago, the Land Trust embarked on an effort to listen to the community and ask the question, how important is conservation to you? And what is the conservation vision of this community? And they answered very loudly, and what they said is, it's very important. It's a top priority for our community, and we want to see more of it. It's a vision for us, and we want action around it. Well, that's what this Angel Oak Preserve is. It's community conservation, and that is conservation that builds community, protects community, and embraces all aspects of community. I hope you'll walk around and see. We've got some information about the visioning process that we went through, information about community conservation around, and we look forward to doing more community conservation projects like this. Although I must say, I'm not so sure there's going to be anything quite as majestic and grand and unique as the Angel Oak Preserve. But that is a very important component of this. And today, one of the things we're doing, we're closing the chapter on the fundraising campaign for this 17 acres with a successful acquisition of this preserve. But we're doing another thing, and we're opening up the next phase of this. And this is what we're going to do with this preserve. And it's going to involve everyone in the community, just as the campaign has, but I think it's going to be even more exciting because we're going to have the community participate with us and the County Parks and Recreation Commission as well as the city in developing a plan for this preserve and park. It'll always be protected, it'll always be passive, but we want it to be open, accessible, and an education tool for these guys right here. So we're very excited about that next chapter. So I have the proclamation. I just had it in my hand. Yes. Okay, I will.
Let's see what these guys gave.
Okay. You're the kind that opens up presents before Christmas Day. Okay. Oh, this is great. Oh, thank you guys so much. It's signed and the money they've raised from these people. Proclamation. Oh, roll to the back. Okay, we've got a proclamation that is going to be signed by everyone who has been a major contributor and partner to this. And we're going to do that as the bells are rung after this, but I am going to read the proclamation right now. This is it, and here's what it says. Whereas Angel Oak has stood for centuries as a place of respite and rejuvenation for all people, whereas individuals, businesses, faith leaders, students, communities, conservation organizations, state and federal agencies, as well as over 10,000 donors from all over the world collectively protected 17 acres surrounding the Angel Oak, known as Angel Oak Preserve. Whereas Angel Oak Preserve will provide an opportunity for visitors to gather, learn, and celebrate the region's cultural and natural history, preserving the local ecosystem, educational opportunities, open spaces, and community connectivity. Whereas conservation projects driven by the community impact not only our natural communities, but bring people and place closer together, telling a story today that will be handed down tomorrow for generations to come. Now, therefore, we commemorate this day, December 19th, 2013, on which date the purchase, protection, and establishment of Angel Oak Preserve for Johns Island, South Carolina takes place. Let all those who are present and all those who are here in spirit commit and pledge ourselves to the successful creation and completion of Angel Oak Preserve as a living monument to generations past and a living inspiration to generations present and future. Furthermore, may Angel Oak Preserve be a symbol of our community's commitment and shared understanding that if we fail to protect these treasured lands, we will not get them back. Something even more important in our culture, economy, and environment will also be lost forever. A testament to the unalterable truth that these special places belong to every people and to every generation, not just our own. Thank you. So I'm going to invite all the partners to come up and sign, and I hope everybody will sign. We have a banner on the tree about what the blessing of the Angel Oak is to them. All right, thank you. Enjoy.